Hello, welcome to day 2. How was it understanding what your big why is? Is it scary to think about? I know for me, it's scary to think about all the things that have to happen for that big why to happen, but it also excites me. And that's kind of what our topic is for today, is that excitement that we want to create. So yesterday I posted for you to print off your action plan sheet. Today is where we are going to start at the very top of this and start learning about where we are today and where the gap is that we need to be. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to pause this after I give you this direction. You're going to fill in the belief statement. That is going to be your big why. So that is your life why. Remember I told you yesterday mine was because I wanted to be a yes person. So I would write, I want to be a yes person. And then following that, I would say, what do I need my Scentsy business to look like in order to be that yes person? So that's your belief statement. So you're going to pause the video right now and you're going to write your belief statement. Okay, welcome back. All right, let's talk about the today and the gap, okay? When you think about your business of where you are today, and you think of where you want to be in your big why, there's a gap, right? There's a gap right in between. And it's a big, scary gap. To look at where you are right now and where you need to be in order for it to happen, for your big life why to happen, right? It's a big, scary step. How many of you, when you were thinking about your big why, kind of thought to yourself, I don't know that I can achieve this. I'm just going to throw it out there into the universe, but I don't really know that I believe that I can achieve this. And so when you think that, what does that automatically put into your head? Of course you can't. Of course, because that's what you believe. So we have to change this mindset of having a fixed mindset as to where this is where I am, this is what I've done in the past with my business, and this is limiting me. So get rid of that. Get rid of that fixed mindset. It's so black and it's so ugly and there's no growth in it. There's no room for your big why in that fixed mindset. So we're going to change that and we're going to change it into a growth mindset, which is so colorful and so exciting. And let me tell you why, okay? A growth mindset is always changing. And a growth mindset is going to take time and effort and work into filling your gap from where you are today and from where you need to be in order for your big life why to happen. Your past, and I want you to hear me on this, your past and where you are right now and what you have done in the past in your business does not define you. It does not define where you will be going tomorrow. It does not define your path to get to your why. If you're taking notes, I want you to write that down. My past as a Scentsy consultant does not define my future. So when we think about our big why, we have got to start thinking, what do I have to do in order to make that big why happen? What is my Scentsy business going to look like? And for many of us, it's putting a dollar amount on what needs to happen in order for that big why to happen. So if you remember, I said I want to be a yes person. And one aspect of that is that we have to become debt-free. So what are the little steps that we have to be making in order to become debt-free? And obviously that's an increase in my paycheck. And that's us paying off debt so that we have the freedom to use that to say yes. So I have to put a dollar amount between where I am today and where I need to be so that I can understand what steps have to be taken. This can be scary for you guys. It can be so scary because you can write down that it's going to take a group of hundreds. It's going to take directors of having more than 10 directors. It's going to take you recruiting hundreds of people, maybe. That's scary to think about. And it's overwhelming. If you are at a point right now, and if you are a star consultant and you have 5 people on your team, to think about writing down in the gap that you need to have 10 directors and you need to have 600 people underneath you, and that you need to be having a PRV of 2,000. Like, can we just stop and acknowledge that that's scary? It is so scary. So I want to flip your mindset of thinking that this is scary to having a growth mindset of how exciting is this? Okay. And Amanda was making fun of me because I said goosies yesterday. It gives me goosies to think of how exciting it is and the lives that you can be changing along your journey to get to your big life why. And there's not very many businesses out there that are going to allow you to do that. We are so blessed to be in a company that allows us to have the growth that we desire. If you desire to stay right where you are and to stay in that fixed mindset, then by now you should know this is not the program for you. But if you desire to have more and you desire to see those lives changed alongside your life, then hop on, because you're about to do big things. The first thing that you need to understand is that filling the gap between today and your gap, this part right here, is going to take time. Time's moving forward no matter if you decide to work towards your gap or not. So why not just try to work towards that? Why stay fixed in this fixed mindset and not work at all? Why not just take the time and say, you know what? I'm going to take the time to really work towards that, because time's moving on anyway. So why not work towards that goal? So you need to figure out what your business needs to look like in order for that big life goal and your why to happen. Okay? You're going to have a real honest moment with yourself, and you're probably not going to like it. And it's going to be really hard. But are you putting in the effort today that your tomorrow self is going to say, that was good enough to help us move forward in our big why? Because if you're putting in the minimum 500 PRV, I can tell you right now that a yes person doesn't put 500 PRV in. And that can be very hard to hear, and I get it. I so get it. But I am here to challenge you to be better, and I know you can. I firmly believe that everyone in this program has the power to be better and to do more and to reach your big life whys. Oh, it has given me so much joy to read through what your big life whys are. And I actually love that they're not all the same, but they all take one thing in common: change. They all take change in what you are currently doing in your business right now and what needs to happen to fill that gap. So you're going to write down the numbers of what your group, what your team volume, your group volume, just how your business needs to look on that gap. And instead of getting scared about it, I want you to become obsessed. I used that word yesterday. I want you to become obsessed with the excitement that it's going to create. Because if you think about the people and the lives, and if you look at that number, and if you look at it and you say, oh man, that's 600 people on my team, and I only have 5 right now. That's a scary goal. Like, that's scary. How's that ever going to happen? But if you flip it and you look at the growth mindset and you say, that is 600 lives that I am going to be able to help change and be a part of their journey. And if you have that passion to move forward to your big life why, and you pass the passion on, think about the change. Think about the goodness that is coming. Think about the excitement that you're gonna see of when other people reach their big life whys. Sometimes that is even more rewarding than when you reach your big life why, right? Seeing other people, I can't tell you the amount of times that I've reached certain levels and certain goals. But what does my heart good is when I see other people do it and I'm able to be a part of that journey and celebrate with them too as well. So that's the excitement that I want you to see. You have to believe that you are good enough to make your big life why happen. You have to believe that you have the potential to fill the gap between where you are today and where you need to be. If you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. But if you believe it, it will happen. It's comfortable to stay right where you are right now. It's very comfortable. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because when you do big and scary things in your business, oh, girlfriend, is gonna get uncomfortable. You're gonna bring vulnerability to your business. You're gonna bring vulnerability to your life. It's gonna get hard. There's gonna be peaks and there's gonna be lows. But that's what the journey is to take in order to get to that big life why. So put the numbers on the action plan. Fill it out. Believe in yourself that you're going to do it. And always remember, those that show up will go up. They have to believe in themselves that they can go up and that they will go up. Your mindset has to change, and you have to be excited for what that gap looks like, because there's so much goodness that is going to happen from it. You have to think too that in order to get from point A to point B, from where you are, it's backwards, right, on my camera, to where you are today to fill in the gap. You're in this vehicle. You're in your Scentsy Mobile, and you're driving. There's gonna be hills and valleys and curves and switches, and you might even go one way and have to turn around and go another way. But you have to think not only about yourself driving the vehicle, but you have to think about the passengers inside. And you have to think about the journey that you're taking them on too. And so when you think about that, it has nothing to do with you. You moving forward in your big why is all about those that you're bringing along with you. How cool is that? Like, just rest in that for a moment. You achieving your big why and reaching towards that has nothing to do with you, but it has to do everything with those that are coming alongside you. So, so cool. So, here's where you are. Here's what your action plan is. You have filled in your belief statement. You have written where you are today, and you've written the gap. And your challenge now, after watching this, is to go comment on the post of this video of that exciting gap. What does that look like for you? And I want to feel the excitement in that comment, and let us know. I'm so excited to make this happen, because these are the lives that are going to be changed. These are the customers and the sales that are going to happen because this is what happens in my big why. And if I could tell you one thing, the biggest way to increase your paycheck is to increase your PRV. It's plain and simple. Plain and simple. The biggest way to increase your paycheck is to increase your PRV. So fill this out, comment, and we'll see you tomorrow.